I just wanna be sheep, ba 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 ba. I just wanna be sheep, ba 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 ba. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I just wanna be sheep, ba 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 ba. I just wanna be sheep, ba 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 ba. I just wanna be sheep, ba 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 ba. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I just wanna be sheep, ba 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 ba.
When fear is coming, still you're calling me. When faith is lost and my hope exhausted, you will be my strength. When my mind says I'm not good
High five your neighbor and take a seat. All right, go ahead and take a seat, Weston. All right, nice job. Ladies in the back, go ahead and take a seat for me. All right. Go ahead and put your hands together and close your eyes. We're going to pray over today. God, we just thank you for today. We thank you for the beautiful sunshine. We thank you for how much that you love us, and we're so excited to learn about you. Just help us have an amazing day and teach us just how much you love us and that we can hold it into our hearts. And just have a great day in Big Church and in preschool and in here. In your name, amen. All right, preschool, you can line it up. Kyra, are you in preschool today? Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Levi.
Bye-bye, preschool.
Bye, Levi.
Bye-bye. 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 Goodbye now. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Bye, Kobe. Bye, Birdie. Yes. All right, everyone say hasta la vista, preschool. Woo. All right, party people. I need the boys over here and the ladies over here for a memory verse. So move it. I like to move it, move it. All right, boys, come on over. Yeah, you're going to yell. Wow, I like that, Olivia.
All right, boys
Come on
versus
over.
girls, come on up on stage. Oh no, what's wrong?
Here.
All right, boys
here, sweetheart.
up here, voices off. Girls up here. All right, go ahead and take that off your face. Yowzers. us. All right. Okay. This is the verse that we're working on in the month of August. If you haven't been here, that is okay. We're going to review the motions. All eyes on me, because after we review the motions all together, we're going to do a boys versus girls competition. And the one that is better participating right now will get the choice to go first or second. Okay? I need you guys listening and paying attention. Got it, got it, got it. All right, we're going to do how you made me is amazing and wonderful. I praise you for that. What you have done is wonderful. I know that very well. Psalms 139. Yeah, 139. And then we're going to do 14. We need our 10 toes and 2 on each finger for 14. Okay? So, Psalms 139, 14. All right, we're going to do it all together. How you made me is amazing and wonderful. I praise you for that. What you have done is wonderful. I know that very well. Psalms 139, 14. All right, I said the one that participated the best gets the choice for first and second. So boys, would you like to go first or second? Second? All right, boys, quiet. Girls, you guys are going first. Just a reminder, big voices, not squealing, not screaming. Okay? 3, 2, 1. How you made me is amazing and wonderful. I praise you for that. What you have done is wonderful. I know that very well. Psalms 139, 14. Wait right here. Lilia, wait right here. Boys, What you have done is wonderful. I know that very well. Psalms 139:14. Kindergarten, first grade on the blue benches, second, third grade on the yellow, fourth and fifth on the red. You'll be on one of the blue benches. You can sit down next to Paige. Yep, blue bench. Yep, blue bench. All right. Can I get a drum roll, please? In the challenge of boys versus girls with our verse for August, the winning side is the girls. Almost single-handedly carried off by Olivia, except for she couldn't stay on track with us. Olivia. You okay? All right. Now, we have been doing this month Get Real. We have been learning dance motions that correspond to our story. And I need to find where my paper went. Here it is. All right. We've been starting in the very beginning of the Bible, in the book of Genesis. We've gone over the very start of everything. Who remembers? In the very beginning, what was there? Nothing but God. Levi? Weston? In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. God created everything that we see, and He created everything on the earth as a place for people to live. Now, God created the first two people. What were their names? Adam and Eve. Now, Adam and Eve got to live in a garden, and they were just given one rule. Who remembers? What was the one rule that they had? Merrick? Yep, in the middle of the garden, there was a tree in the very middle, and it was called the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And they were told you can eat anything in the garden except from that one tree. Seems pretty easy, right? But did they listen? Nope. Eve was tricked into thinking if she ate from the tree, she would be more loved by God because she would be like Him. And so Eve ate the fruit and then gave Adam the fruit. Was Adam tricked? No. He knew it was wrong, but he saw nothing happen to Eve, and so he did it too. Anybody ever do that? Your friend does something wrong and you see nothing bad happen to them, so you did it too? Well, it happens. We see somebody else doing something, so we do something, and sin entered the world. Sin and death and all of the bad things, sickness and disease, and then the animals started eating each other, and everything just started going wrong. And they were kicked out of the garden, and they no longer were able to be with God in the garden. And this is where we're picking up our story today. Now, today, we're going to learn about the very first set of siblings in the Bible. You know what a sibling is? It's a brother or a sister. Anybody have a sibling at home? You have a brother or sister at home? No. Now, hold on. I have a question. How many know that sometimes with a sibling, things are good? They share things with you, they're helpful, they're kind, maybe they play a game with you. Sometimes having a sibling is good. And sometimes having a sibling is bad. They take your things without asking. You have to share things with them when you don't want to share. Maybe they're older than you and they're always trying to tell you what to do, or maybe they're younger than you and they're always picking at you, or they're toddlers and they're biting you, or they're getting into your stuff. And sometimes you just get so angry. Paige, take a seat and leave your sister alone. sometimes siblings make things hard. And sometimes the hardest people for us to get along with are our siblings. They get us more angry than anybody else because they push our buttons and they know what to say or do to get us to explode, and then we get in trouble. Do you know the siblings in the Bible were like that too? Now, we're going to learn about the first set of siblings that we hear about in the Bible, and they were the children of Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve had two sons. Abel, who Adam taught to take care of sheep, and Cain, who Adam taught to be a farmer, to grow things. Okay, so we're going to learn our first set of motions. We're going to kind of do a review of, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. He made man and he made woman, and they sinned. They had two sons. Abel watched the sheep. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, does that make sense? We sang that song, I just want to be a sheep, ba, 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 ba. So Abel watched the sheep, and Cain was a farmer. So he kind of dug and planted and did that type of stuff. So throughout today, when we refer to Abel, he's going to be a sheep, and Cain is going to be digging. So in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. He made man, he made woman, but they sinned. And they had two sons, Abel and Cain. Now, when it was harvest time, do you guys know what harvest time is? What is harvest time? Okay, it's when the things that you have planted are ready to be gathered in, and you go and gather them. So if they're apples, you pick them up off the tree. If they're on bushes, you would pick them up off the bushes. If they're potatoes in the ground, you would dig them up. So harvest time is whenever you start gathering the different things. And Cain was a farmer. So Cain started gathering the things, and he made an offering. He gave a gift of the things that had grown to God. But that sounds like a good thing, right? Except for Cain's heart wasn't really towards God. Like, he gathered all the food, but he wanted to save all the good stuff for himself. Like, God didn't really need the perfect looking apples, so maybe I'll give him this one that's a little bruised, and well, these ones I gathered from the ground, they had already fallen. And so he started looking for the ones he was okay giving up. He gave God the leftovers and the second best. Anybody ever do that? You have to share something with a friend or a sibling, and you're not really wanting to, so you break it in half, and one piece is bigger and one piece is smaller. Which one do you usually want to keep for yourself? The bigger one. Or maybe you're carrying the two, and one accidentally drops on the ground, and nobody's looking, so you pick it up. Which one are you going to give to your sibling? The one you dropped. I mean, they're never going to know, right? So sometimes even we are tempted to keep the best for ourselves and give what we don't really want away. And that's what Cain did. He tried to keep the best for himself and gave God the leftovers or the things that he didn't want. But Abel was different. Abel also wanted to give a gift to God, but Abel looked for the perfectest sheep. He wasn't looking for the smallest or the most ugly sheep. He looked for the best of all the sheep that are there, and he picked the perfect best one out to give it as a gift to God. Are we starting to see a difference between Cain and Abel? Cain wanted to give something to God, but gave his leftovers. Abel wanted to give the best that he had to God. Okay, and that is where we are going to stop and learn the motions, okay? So Cain So we learned that Cain is like this. When it came time, Cain picked his food and he gave a gift to God, but his heart was wrong. He didn't want to give God the best because of what was in his heart. Now, Abel looked for the best, perfect sheep, and kind of like Simba, he gave the best one to God. Simba. Okay? And his heart was good. Okay? So in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, and he made man, and he made woman, and they sinned. They had two sons. They had Abel and Cain. And when it came time, Cain picked his fruit and offered a gift to God, but his heart was bad. Now, Abel also wanted to give a gift, but he looked for the perfectest sheep, and he gave it to God. And not a child, a sheep. Remember I said we don't give God people? We gave sheep. Okay? But his heart was good. Now, at this point of the story, God has been given two different gifts. He's been given produce and things that have grown on the ground, and then he has been given a sheep. And God accepted one, but rejected the other. Okay? Which one do you think God accepted? Okay? Why did he accept the sheep and not the fruit and the crops? Dean, why do you think? Because of their heart. If the best you had to give God was a bruised apple, would he accept it and think it was a great gift? No. Yes. If that was all you had to give, he would have accepted it because in your heart you wanted to give him the best that you had. It wasn't the apple, it wasn't the fruit, it was the heart. See, Cain's heart wanted to give God the leftovers. Abel wanted to give him the good. And so God accepted Abel's gift because of his heart. God rejected Cain's gift because of his heart. It wasn't necessarily what was offered, but it was the intention of why you did it. Anybody ever play with somebody because you had to play with them? No. Do you usually have a little bit of an attitude when you have to do something? Yeah. Well, that's what God judges us on is what is your heart? What's your attitude? Did you do something because you had to and so you're kind of grumpy about it? Well, now imagine this. Cain gave a gift and God rejected it. Abel gave a gift and God accepted it. And Cain got angry. Would you be angry if you and your sibling both gave a gift to your parent for like Mother or Father's Day and they were happy and excited to get one and the other your gift? They're like, oh, thanks. Would that make you angry? Would that hurt your feelings? Yeah. So Cain saw that God rejected his gift and he got angry. And God was like, why are you angry? Well, why was Cain angry? Because God rejected his gift. Would you be angry if your gift got rejected? Yeah. Okay, let's learn our next set of motions, okay? I was doing part of it. So we had that, let's review, because we had Cain gave the fruit to God, but his heart was bad. And Abel looked for the perfect sheep, gave it to God, and his heart was good. So God accepted Abel's gift because of his heart, but God rejected Cain's gift because of his heart. And then Cain got angry. He was angry. And God's like, why are you angry? If you do what is good, you will be accepted. And if you do what is bad, you're going to be rejected. So God was trying to help Cain. He's trying to say, Cain, come on, snap out of it. You didn't want to give me a good gift. Why would I accept your leftovers? Why would I accept your garbage and the rejected stuff that you don't want? I mean, that makes sense, right? Would you be upset if a friend came to your birthday party and you opened up the gift and it was a bunch of their garbage, or the lost shoe, like the leftover shoe, the other one's lost and they have no idea what happened, and a slightly used pencil? And I mean, would that make you be like, why would you give me this? Yeah. So God was trying to help Cain. If you do what's good, I'll accept it. But if you do what's bad, I'm going to reject it. But Cain's heart just got harder and harder and harder. Cain didn't want to listen to what God was trying to teach him, and he turned his back on God, and he started to scheme and plan and try to get revenge on his brother. It's Abel's fault. If Abel wouldn't have given the perfect sheep, my gift would have been fine. Was it Abel's fault? No. But Cain was looking for someone else to blame. And so Cain started to scheme, and one day when they were out in the field, Cain attacked his brother and killed him. Can you imagine how angry you would have to be to kill your brother because of a gift that was accepted and rejected? I mean, this seems ridiculous. But this story shows us what happens because of sin. Now, we're going to look at these last set of motions. So we have, God had been like, why are you angry? If you do what is good, you'll be accepted. If you do what is bad, you will be rejected. But Cain's heart got harder and harder and harder until he started scheming and making plans, and he killed his brother Abel. But God punished Cain. He didn't punch him. He didn't say, because you killed your brother, now you're going to be killed. The punishment that Cain had was a curse that working the ground was going to be that much more difficult. He's going to toil and work and strive, and the ground is not going to grow food for him anymore, and he's just going to wander the earth. Did God still love Cain? Yeah. Did he still want him have a chance to kind of turn things around? Yeah. This is where we're going to stop our story for today, and we're going to find out what it means in just a moment, but we're going to review kind of all the different moves and review the story all together. Okay? So we're going to do, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. He created man, and he created woman, and they sinned. They had two sons. They had Abel, who watched the sheep, and Cain, who was a farmer. And during harvest time, Cain gathered all the foods, and he offered it as a gift to God. But his heart was bad. It was wrong. Now, Abel looked for the perfect sheep to give to God, and his heart was right. Okay? And God accepted Abel's gift because of his heart. But God rejected Cain's gift because of his heart. And Cain was angry. Do you guys have an angry face? And God's like, why are you angry? If you do what is right, you'll be accepted. If you do what is wrong, you'll be rejected. But Cain's heart got harder and harder and harder until he started scheming and he killed Abel. But God punished Cain. Now, what does that have to do with us? I'm sure none of you are going to go home and be angry to the point of planning to scheme and murder your siblings. That's a very, very bad idea. We are not in support of this. Do not do that. But what I want you guys to understand is there are times when somebody like a sibling makes us mad to the point where we don't want to forgive them, to the point where we do get angry and we start to scheme. Maybe not to attack them, but has anybody ever made a plot on how to get revenge on somebody who did something to you, and you look at what can I do back to them? Well, Mario, can you turn the lights out for me really quick? Oh, I forgot. I have David over there too. I picked the person all the way on the other side of the room. I know, but I don't feel bad about making him. I know, he's back there grumbling. He's back there making a plot and a plan on how to get revenge against me. Now, God had talked to Cain and had tried to get him to kind of turn around and change that attitude of what was going on in his heart. Remember, God wasn't judging them by the gifts, they were judging them by their heart and what their intentions inside were. Cain could have changed. Now, in the Bible, Jesus was called like the light of the world. And anytime we see God kind of a symbol of what God is, it's this bright, shining light. And the light just kind of talks about the holiness of God. Now, first service, I did very bad things, and I like shined the light at myself, and I was looking at it, and I blinded myself. So I'm not doing that anymore. But if I do it like this, does the light shine my hand? Okay. Is the back of my hand lit up? No. The part that faces the light is shining. God is a good and perfect God that wants us to do good and right things so that we can do what is right. And remember, he had told Cain, if you do what is right, you will be accepted. But Cain turned his back on God and started to walk away. Was he walking towards the light or away from the light? Away. Now, anybody ever get up in the middle of the night and you need to maybe go to the bathroom or you need a drink of water and it's super dark out and you're kind of stumbling in the dark? Is it easier if you have a little bit of light to try to follow? Now, Sunday mornings, I wake up before anybody else in my house, and I have to go from the bathroom, through the room, into the door to get out. And I don't like turning on my light because Mr. Mario is still asleep because it's very early in the morning. And so I have learned that there is a smoke detector right above the door. And do you know smoke detectors have a little light that you can look for? And so in the dark, I look to the ceiling to find where the green light is because then I know where the door is and I don't run into the bed and stub my toe and I don't run into the dresser and hit my side. I look for the little teeny tiny light to help me know where to go. Because what's likely to happen if we try walking in a room with pitch dark? Well, I'm glad you can see in the dark. I can't. Do you know what happens when I try walking in the dark without any light to help me? I bump into things. I stub my toe. I get bruises on my legs. If I try going down the stairs in the dark, I am likely to fall. I am not good in the dark. And do you know, we're kind of the same. When we try to do things without the light of God helping us see right and wrong, eventually we're going to stumble, we're going to trip, we're going to hurt ourselves. See, Cain was told, God was telling him, do what is right and you'll be accepted. Stay in the light. But Cain said, no, I don't want to. I'm going to do things my own way. And he stumbled and he tripped and he put himself in a position to get hurt. And when we do that same type of thing where somebody gets us angry and we try to scheme for a plot of revenge, do we maybe get revenge on them? Mm-hmm. But God knows that if we continue that way, do you know who's eventually going to get hurt? Us. We're going to do something that we regret. We're going to do something that leads to us getting hurt. And God is telling us through this story to be cautious of what we choose to do. When we get hurt or angry, don't hold on to it and plot and scheme. It's going to be dangerous. Everybody go ahead and close your eyes. We're going to do a prayer before we break off into small groups. Father God, I want to thank you that even though we make the wrong decision sometimes when we get angry or when we get hurt, you still love us. That even though there are consequences and we get punished when we do something wrong, you're not there looking for ways to punish us and hurt us, but you're looking for ways to help us to turn back towards the light, turn back towards what is right. Father God, this week as we come across situations that leave us angry or frustrated or hurt, help us to remember that you are there with us, that you care about what's going on, and that you want to help us to do what is right. Help us to know the difference. Help us to see past that hurt and anger, and help us to know that we can forgive instead of seeking revenge. That it's better for us if we can love and be kind, even when people hurt us. Father God, be a protection surrounding us in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. And he made man, and he made woman, but they sinned. He had two sons. There's Abel, who was the sheep, and they had Cain, who was the farmer. And then when the time came for harvest, he picked, and he offered it as a gift to God, but his heart was done. And then Abel looked for the sheep, and he offered it like Simba, and his heart was done. And God accepted Abel's gift because of his heart, and God rejected Cain's gift because of his heart, and he was angry. And God said, why are you angry? If you do what is right, you'll be accepted. And if you do what is wrong, you'll be rejected. And Cain's heart was until he started scheming. And then he killed his brother Abel. And God punished him. Created the heaven and the earth, and he created man, and he created woman, but they sinned. They had two sons. Abel watched the sheep, and Cain was a farmer. And then he gathered all the stuff, and he offered it as a gift to God, but his heart was bad. Now Abel looked for the perfect sheep, and he offered it to God, and his heart was good. And God accepted Abel's gift because of his heart, but God rejected Cain's gift because of his heart. And Cain was angry. And God's like, why are you angry? If you do what is good, you'll be accepted. If you do what is bad, you'll be rejected. And Cain's heart was bad. Till he started to scheme, and he killed Abel. And God punished